Hi there. So, I want to talk today about what I think self compassion is and what self connection is. And to me, one sort of leads into the other. So, first, I'll talk about self connection. Sometimes people might wonder what that means. Like, what does it mean to be connected to yourself? Well, it means that you honor your feelings, that you're in touch with your inner life. You're in touch with how you're feeling. You may do that by exploring how you feel in your body, the sensations that you have. Those are your feelings. Your thoughts are not your feelings, but your thoughts can create your feelings. And I think vice versa. Your feelings can impact your thinking. It's a kind of a feedback loop in a sense. So, what you can do to try to kind of understand or feel into your or understand where your thoughts are coming from sometimes is to feel into your body or feel into your awareness of your feelings and see how you're feeling, and that might help you know what you were thinking about. And the reason we want to do that is because our thoughts, so our thoughts create our feelings create our behavior. So if we have a thought that isn't so good about something, and then we feel sad or mad about it, then we may act from that feeling. And sometimes we do things that create even worse feelings, like if we do something that causes us guilt and shame or fear or sadness, then we have to live with that shame. And that's really, really hard to do. Sometimes we want to shut that out and run away from it and pretend it didn't happen. Sometimes we just ignore it and we keep doing the behaviors over and over again because, whatever, I've already done it. So I'm just going to keep being that person who does that thing that's not good. And these patterns happen a lot. Like if you never realized that you're such a super judgmental person, that stems from how you're judging yourself. And as soon as you start judging everyone out there and you become sort of self-righteous in your belief and you feel like you have to make sure everyone believes you, then it turns into this thing where I've been doing this for so long. I've just been judging, and I've just been gossiping, and this is who I am. And that's who you're choosing to be, because you don't have to be that person. You can be a person who looks at their behavior and their feelings and understands what drives you. And this is when we get into self-compassion. The self-compassion piece is, I want to find out, I want to be really curious about why it is that I have this pattern of judging people, let's say. I'm getting tired of doing it. I feel guilty and very ashamed of myself. I feel like I shouldn't be this person who's so judgmental. I don't want to be anymore. So let me figure out what motivates and drives that behavior. Where did it come from? Who helped me create this inside of me? Who modeled this for me when I was little? Why do I think my belief is better than someone else's? How do I know it's better? Just because maybe other people told me it was or something. Maybe really investigate, be a detective about why you're doing things and understand yourself. That's the reason. You're not asking yourself why to incriminate yourself or judge yourself more. You're trying to find out what is motivating the behavior and how you feel right before you act. It's this is just really how you connect to yourself. You really look at your feelings, you honor them. Like, I have these feelings. If you resist those feelings, guess what? They're just going to grow bigger, and they're just going to attack you someday. They aren't going to just go away. It's not how it goes. Energy gets blocked, and it does not go away. And, the running 6 miles to get rid of anger, sure, it can dissipate the anger, but the anger is really a guard. It's an armor over feelings of grief, shame, and fear. And shame is by far the worst feeling to confront. However, to me, it's it kind of goes in a layer. There's the grief, the fear, and then the shame. And under that's the joy. So if you can get through anything you're afraid of, anything you're ashamed of, and you cry it out, the grief and things you're sad about, cry it out of your body, or beat a pillow or hit a wall. Don't hit a person. You don't need to do that. Go in your car and do a primal scream. I promise you, that is very, very catalytic. It really, really cathartic is the word. It really, really like releases old pent up deep. You can feel like in the depths of your stomach, like that's where your power is, and you can release that through screaming primally. Then you might cry, or then you might be fine. If you don't want to feel those feelings exactly or like specifically, you can acknowledge them. I'm really, really ashamed of myself because I'm so judgmental. And I'm feeling the shame. And you can just let the shame be there with you. You just don't ignore it. If you ignore it, it wants your attention. It's like a child you ignore, it just wants your attention. As soon as you give the child attention, it's fine. It knows you're there. So you just want to acknowledge your feelings as though they're little children, that you're just loving and parenting. You can still carry on with your day and do your life, but still acknowledge that, you have some things that you're really upset about, and you're just going to let them be there for as long as they need to be. As soon as they know that you're like sort of half there with them, they start to like just go, oh, okay, she knows, he knows, they know. Okay, I can let go now. I can release now. I don't need to keep proving that I'm here. So you see, like that's self-connecting. And that helps with self-compassion because you start to understand yourself. And when you understand yourself, you forgive yourself. And when you forgive yourself, you don't really have to have a reason to do it again if you don't want to, but you have a choice. And so if you choose to do the behavior again, that's fine. You might just become more aware now that you're doing it. And instead of beating yourself up for doing it again, this is an old habit, okay? Remember that. Instead of beating yourself up for it again, just, be gentle. Like, oh, I did that thing again. And okay, well, maybe next time I won't do it again. But when you're in awareness about your behavior, it becomes less of a thing that you want to do, or you're not rebelling against anything anymore. Now you're in choice. You're in awareness. Like now I'm going to make the decision to do this thing. I'm just going to be judgmental. I'm just going to do it because I have to, because right now I just need to judge this person or myself. Be in awareness though. Okay. Like, well, I don't know if it feels as good now that I know about it. I don't think I'm going to do this anymore, So it can be something like that. So I hope that helps you understand the difference, or what I believe self-awareness and self-connection, or self-compassion and self-connection are, and self-awareness. And I hope that helps you a lot today. So have a great night. Bye.